There are marks on the hands that go beyond the ordinary silent but powerful signs that reveal something special about who you are and about what you came to do in this world. Some people carry a symbol in the shape of a crescent moon. Others have the mysterious letter M marked on their palms, and there are those who have more than one of these signs. These details are not just curiosities. For many, they are clear signs that the person is part of a special group. The chosen ones. Chosen ones are people with a mission, people with an extraordinary sensitivity who feel things more deeply, who see the world with different eyes. But there are different types of chosen ones, and each type brings with it a gift, a purpose, and also a spiritual responsibility. In this video, you will discover the 3 types of chosen ones who have signs on their hands and understand what this reveals about you, your essence, and your destiny. You will realize that these signs are not there by chance. They are invitations, calls, reminders that there is something greater waiting for you, and that perhaps the time to awaken is now. So, observe closely. Do you have a crescent moon, an M, or both? Each combination carries a powerful meaning, and you may be surprised by what you discover about yourself. If this content has touched you in any way, take the opportunity to follow the channel now, because here each video is made for those who know deep down that they are not here by chance. 1. The crescent moon, the calling of cycles and intuition. Not everyone notices, but some people have a small crescent moon-shaped mark at the base of their nails. For many, it seems just a curious detail. But for those who feel the calling, this mark can be the beginning of a deeper discovery. The crescent moon is like a silent signal. It does not shout, it does not demand attention. But it is there, present, firm. And for those who connect with the invisible, it says a lot. People with a visible crescent moon tend to have a special sensitivity. They feel what others do not even perceive. Changes in the environment, hidden emotions, omens, everything comes to them easily. They do not need concrete evidence to know that something is happening. They feel it in their body, in their chest, in their dreams. This connection with the cycles of life is what makes them true emotional thermometers. Many of those with this sign carry a natural spirituality. It is not about religion, dogmas, or rules. It is something that springs from within, as if they were born with a different kind of wisdom. They are people who enjoy observing the sky, the movement of nature, the phases of the moon, not because someone told them to, but because it makes sense to them. It is as if the soul remembers something ancient. This sensitivity, however, is a double-edged sword. While it facilitates empathy, compassion, and connection with the divine, it can also lead to exhaustion, unexplained sadness, and even isolation. Those with the crescent moon often feel out of place, as if they do not fully belong to the world around them. This is not coincidence. It is part of the calling to learn to live between 2 worlds. These people often have very vivid dreams full of symbols. Sometimes they wake up with strong feelings, messages they cannot explain, or even the impression that they visited other places while they slept. Intuition is one of the greatest strengths of these chosen ones. Often they know what is going to happen before any external sign, and even when they try to ignore this instinct, life finds a way to confirm it. They have a deep relationship with time. They know how to wait, know when to act, and feel when something needs to change. This makes them excellent advisors, even if they do not know exactly where their certainties come from. Those who carry this sign did not come just to live their own path. They came to be a point of light for others, a type of discreet guide who lights lanterns when everything seems dark. It is common for these people to be drawn to practices like meditation, natural therapies, astrology, and ancestral spirituality. These are tools that help maintain the balance between body, mind, and soul. But the path is not always easy. Precisely because they feel so much, they often get lost in emotions that are not even theirs. Therefore, self-care is essential. Silence, nature, and moments alone are more than necessary. They are vital. If you have this mark, you may have already felt that your presence calms environments, that people open up to you easily. This is not by chance. It is part of your mission. You do not need to make noise to transform. Your strength lies in listening and perception, in welcome, in the way you see what is hidden. This is rare. This is precious. The world needs people like you, those who perceive before, who feel more, who care, even without saying anything. The crescent moon in your hand is a reminder. You were chosen to feel, to guide, to heal. And even if sometimes this seems like a burden, remember, you are not alone. Others also carry this mark. Others also feel this calling. And together you form a silent network of light. The M on the hand. The leadership that transforms. Have you ever stopped to observe the palm of your hand more closely? Some people notice something curious. The letter M formed by the natural lines. And when this mark appears clearly, it often carries a special message. A calling that many times the person already feels without fully understanding where it comes from. Those who are born with a visible M on their hand bring with them a different energy, a leadership strength that does not need to be imposed. It simply manifests in their actions, choices, and the way these people face the challenges of life. It is not about commanding or controlling. It is about inspiring. These people have the gift of influencing those around them, even in silence. It's as if their presence awakens movement and initiative in others. People with this sign generally face life head-on. They are courageous, determined, and do not shy away from responsibility. When they realize that something needs to be done, they take charge almost unconsciously. They do not wait for someone to tell them what is right. They feel what needs to be done. And this clarity often bothers those who prefer to hide in doubt or comfort zones. The M also indicates someone with above-average emotional intelligence. Even without technical training, they can read situations and people with precision. They sense when something is wrong, even when there are smiles and nice words. This perception makes many of them natural advisors sought after friends, trusted partners. They know how to listen, and more than that, they know how to guide. Sometimes, with few words, they change the course of a conversation, a decision, or even a life. But do not think that everything is rosy. Those who carry the M also carry pressure. From an early age, these people are seen as strong, responsible, capable of handling everything. And this can be lonely. Sometimes, no one asks if they are okay. Inside, they feel deeply. They have intense ups and downs, but do not always know how to ask for help. Yet on the outside, they remain strong. They continue to guide because they know that many people rely on them. The M on the hand is also linked to justice. Those who carry this sign have a natural sense of ethics and truth. They become restless in the face of injustice, lies, and manipulation. And when necessary, they confront. These people are transformative. Wherever they go, something changes. Even if it's just a look, a word, an idea. They plant seeds even when they do not realize it. They provoke growth even without intention. Another striking characteristic is practicality. Chosen ones with the M enjoy action. They have ideas, yes, but they also get their hands dirty. They are problem solvers, not just dreamers. Therefore, they tend to stand out naturally in groups, companies, projects. It doesn't matter if they are on stage or behind the scenes. Their energy makes an impact. They always find a way to make things happen. But this power needs direction. When they do not recognize their worth, these people can lose themselves in paths that have nothing to do with their essence. And then they feel empty, disconnected. The great challenge for those with the M is learning to balance strength with sensitivity, acting with purpose without trampling over their own heart, leading without carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. If this sign appears on your hands, you may have already noticed. People expect a lot from you, but your mission is not to please everyone. It is to lead with truth. It is to transform with courage. You are not here just to follow rules. You are here to create paths to inspire by example, to remind that strength and sensitivity can walk together, and that soulful leadership is the rarest of all. 3. The double M balance between heaven and earth. Finding a well-defined M on one hand is already a rare occurrence. Now having two M's, one on each palm, is even more special. This mark represents a type of chosen one who lives between two worlds, that of feeling and that of doing. Those who carry this combination often have well-balanced gifts. On one side there is a practical, firm mind ready to make decisions. On the other, a sensitive, intuitive heart that seeks meaning in everything they do. These people are natural strategists. They think deeply but act with clarity. They can see far, but they also know how to deal with the present, and this makes them leaders with awareness. The double M brings an energy of purposeful achievement. Nothing these people do is for vanity or status. They need to believe in what they are building. They need to feel truth in what they offer to the world. It is common for them to feel an unsettling restlessness from an early age, as if they are always seeking something greater, a mission, a direction, a calling. Even when everything seems fine inside, there is a thirst for more. These people have a sharp emotional radar. They feel what is out of order, what needs healing, what is left unsaid. And at the same time, they have enough courage to act when few take the initiative. Those with an M on each hand are often reliable, not only because they do what they promise, but because they transmit security. There is something in their gaze, in their posture, in their choices, a firmness that brings comfort. But this firmness comes at a cost. Life often tests these chosen ones frequently. Difficult situations arise not to punish them, but to train them. With each challenge overcome, greater awareness is awakened. People with a double M are not easily manipulated. They see hidden intentions, perceive inconsistencies, and detect subtle lies. This clear vision may drive some people away, especially those who have something to hide. On the other hand, they are extremely loyal. When they connect with someone or a cause, they give their all. They are present in body, mind, and soul. They do nothing halfway. They are also excellent mediators. They can unite opposing sides, translate points of view, and resolve conflicts. This is because they understand both logic and emotion. They know how to listen, but they also know how to assert firmly. Despite all this strength, many of these chosen ones experience moments of doubt. They question whether they are on the right path. They feel fear of making mistakes, of disappointing, of not measuring up. This is normal and part of the mission. The great lesson here is to trust one's intuition as much as one trusts strategies. To learn that feeling is a strength, not a weakness, and that planning does not negate the soul. It merely gives form to the invisible. These people have a great power of materialization. Everything they imagine with clarity and intention tends to happen. Therefore, they need to take care of their thoughts, energy, and words. They are living seeds. If you have an M on each hand, you may have already felt that your role in the world is greater than it seems. And you are right. You came to build bridges between the spiritual and the concrete. Your mission involves leading with awareness, serving with purpose, and living with truth. Even when no one is watching you, feel that you are being guided. And you truly are. The double mark on your hands is a reminder you are not divided. You are whole. And the more you connect with who you truly are, the clearer your path unfolds. 4. Crescent Moon and M. The fusion of feeling with doing. There are people who carry two powerful signs on the same hand, the crescent moon and the letter M. When these two symbols appear together, they indicate a rare and very special combi combination. The crescent moon represents sensitivity, intuition, and spiritual connection. The M brings leadership, clarity, and action. When both are together, a type of chosen one is born. One who walks with one foot in the invisible and the other in the real world. This profile is deeply connected to what they feel, but also knows how to transform feelings into actions. They know how to listen to their intuition, but also plan with their feet on the ground. They are a dreamy soul with a warrior's heart. Those who possess this combination often have above-average perception. They capture the environment, perceive people's intentions, sense when something is out of place, and at the same time they know what to do with that information. They are someone who sees and acts, feels and decides. And because of this, they often become a point of balance for others around them. They serve as a guide advisor, or even as an emotional anchor. It is not uncommon for these people to feel pulled in opposite directions. Sometimes they want to retreat, be silent, meditate. But the world calls them demands presence, movement, and action. This can be exhausting if there is no balance. They live in constant internal dialogue. One part wants to flow with spirituality, while the other seeks results, concrete achievements. The secret lies in uniting both forces without losing themselves in extremes. These chosen ones also have an incredible ability to understand what lies behind words. They pick up on what is not said, perceive disguised emotions, and can see beyond appearances. This makes them great soul readers. They are natural healers but also doers. They enjoy helping, listening, and welcoming. But they also want to build, lead, and make things happen. Therefore, they can be found in both healing work and leadership positions. Their mission is precisely this: to unite worlds that seem opposed, to show that spirituality and action can walk together. That sensitivity is a strength, and that leadership does not have to be harsh or cold. If you have these two signs on the same hand, know that your journey may be more intense, but also richer. You have been called to be a bridge to translate the invisible into something that transforms lives. Use your sensitivity with courage. Use your strength with compassion. You have both sides within you, and the world needs exactly that balance that you carry. 5. Crescent moon. And 2. M. The rare, supreme calling. Some marks are so special that when they appear together, they reveal a deep, almost sacred calling. Having the crescent moon and 2 M's, one on each hand, is one of those rare combinations. A clear sign that this soul did not come just to live. It came to fulfill a higher mission. People with these signs often feel from a very early age that they do not fit into the patterns of the world. It's as if they have always been different, more sensitive, more intense, more aware. They perceive what lies behind appearances. They feel the pain of others, even without words. They pick up vibrations, see patterns, and understand the cycles of life with impressive ease. The crescent moon offers these people a portal to the invisible, a strong connection with subtle plane spirituality and intuition. They have vivid dreams, premonitions, and a natural connection to the sacred. The 2 M's, one in each hand, add strength, leadership, and clarity. This double sign brings the capacity for achievement. Those who carry it have presence, charisma, and tend to assume prominent roles even when they don't want to. The challenge arises when these two worlds meet within the same person. The soul desires retreat and silence while the world demands positioning, speaking direction. The balance between the sensitive and the practical becomes essential. These people came to transform. They have unique gifts but need to learn to protect them. Their sensitivity can become a burden if there is no self-care, rest, and connection with their own essence. It is common for them to go through difficult moments not because they deserve suffering, but because they are forged in fire. Every challenge comes as a polish preparing these souls for something greater. Those who carry this combination are also extremely perceptive. Nothing goes unnoticed. They feel lies in the air, detect imbalances, and see hidden intentions. Often, this makes them silent not out of fear, but out of wisdom. These people need sacred spaces, places where they can breathe deeply, reconnect, and remember who they are. Meditation, nature living spirituality. All of these nourish their energy and balance their strength. If you have these 3 signs, a crescent moon, and 2 M's, understand you are not here by chance. There is something in you that the world needs. A different perspective, a unique gift, a light that cannot be extinguished. You have been chosen to be a bridge, a guide, a beacon, and an example. But above all, you have been called to be yourself. And that in itself transforms everything around you. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when something changes. It doesn't come with fireworks. It's not a clear warning. Sometimes it's a different kind of silence, a sensation in the chest, a look in the mirror that goes deeper. It's there that the awakening begins. The awakening doesn't have an exact time. It can happen early, or it can take years. But when it comes, it's impossible to ignore. Something inside you starts to say, there's more than this here. And that voice doesn't quiet down anymore. You start to notice patterns, people, places, situations. Everything seems to teach you something. The coincidences increase. The signs become clearer. And for the first time, you feel that you may have never been lost. You were just asleep. Awakening is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you already were. It's as if something ancient comes back to the surface. A part of you that has always existed but was hidden out of fear, pain, or distraction. This process can be lonely. Not everyone around you will understand. They may say it's an exaggeration, that you are tripping, that you have changed too much. But deep down, you know it's your time to awaken. Perhaps your awakening is happening right now. And that is beautiful. Respect this process. It is yours alone. But know you are not alone. And if this video is helping you see your own journey more clearly, follow the channel right now. Here you will find messages that strengthen your soul and remind you of what you came to do in this world. Each type of chosen one carries a unique strength. Some feel more, others act with firmness. Some are bridges between the visible and the invisible. None is greater, none is lesser. Each one is necessary in their own way. Beauty happens when these paths cross. When the sensitivity of those with the crescent moon meets the clarity of those with the M. When the strength of those who carry 2 M's rests on the calm wisdom of those who listen before acting. Together, they create something that none of them could achieve alone. They transform. They heal. They guide not out of obligation but out of essence, because they feel they have been called to something that goes beyond themselves. When these awakened souls recognize each other, the world around them changes. Small encounters become great movements. Simple conversations become healings. The presence of one strengthens the other, and everything starts to make more sense. You may have a crescent moon and M2 or all together, but the most important mark is not on your skin. It is in your essence, in what you feel when you hear this message. Being chosen is not about status or prominence. It is about responsibility for what pulses within you. It is living with authenticity, courage, and purpose. If something inside you has ignited, perhaps it's time to look more closely at your hands and with more affection toward your soul. And now, tell me, do you have any of these signs? A crescent moon and M2 M's. Leave it in the comments. I really want to know which of these paths represents you. Because when a chosen one awakens, everything around them awakens.